Yeah. He's so cute. I love my baby.
Let me know when we're live, Joe. We live?
Looks like we're live.
Okay.
It's still, currently it still says waiting for addressing Gettysburg. We're live.
All right.
We're live!
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high atop Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air, it's AG Today.
Hi, this is Darren.
And Mayor from the Civil War Breakfast Club podcast.
This is Dan Casella from the No Pollution of Cowardice podcast.
This is Wayne Motz from the Gettysburg Foundation.
Hi, I'm John Rothman.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
Hi, this is Joseph Fuqua, and you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg. You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg with Matt Gallery.
Don't ever go on America Got Talent. You won't make it.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
The top of the list.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg Today.
Zabawa? Bum, 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 bum.
This thing is so weird. That's the one thing that, whatchamacallit, Mackie is going to have to fix. Is there's some weird...
Who's Mackie?
Mackie is who makes this board.
I'm thinking there's some guy named Mackie.
Mr.
I
Mackie.
was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
No.
I'm like, oh, is this your IT guy but we don't know about?
Yeah.
We have an IT guy?
That'd be great. No. It's Mr. Mackey from South Park.
Eric, be quiet!
Oh,
Holy
Jesus. Why was that so
bejesus.
loud?
Really loud.
God bless us, everyone. Let me turn that down a bit. All right. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to AG Today.
Hi.
I'm done. How are you?
It's been a day already.
It's been a life.
Apparently.
It's just, no, it's been a week. It's been a week. I'll tell you that. It's been a week. And I'm just getting burnt out. That's all. I'm just tired.
I hear you.
You know.
I'm trying to finish up my old job to make my new job, and so now I'm working like 24/7.
Yes.
Look what I found in the box.
Getty's Nerd sticker.
And then this
Very nice. Don't call me Lawrence. That's Colonel Chamberlain there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm going to take these home, and everybody puts these on their water bottles, but I don't have a water bottle to
Well,
put
you're
them
going to
on.
have to get one of those water bottles.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Those really big, obnoxious ones?
The
Stanley.
Yetis?
Yeah, or the Yetis.
Well, those two.
But now, like, all the ladies like the Yetis, right? Or the Stanleys. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't have a water bottle, so I don't know the water bottle culture, okay?
Well, in the third segment, Cindy's daughter, Paige, and her boyfriend, Chase, are going to come by, and Paige is big on the Stanley Cups. For a while, she was walking around the house
about
going,
this.
yeah, she's walking around the house going, where's my Stanley Cup? Where's my Stanley? I'm like, you never played hockey. And if you did, you certainly didn't win.
First time I heard about it, I thought that was like we're having a thing about hockey lately. Like,
Right,
And I am a hocky fan, so,
Well,
I was
clearly,
confused.
yeah.
Somebody was telling me about that the other day, and I was like, you're making this up.
No, that's
Welcome
what it's called.
to the internet, folks.
Yeah. So, also in the second segment, we have Jake Schindel from the Ragged Edge Coffee House.
Yay.
A Gettysburg institution, ladies.
Do you think
and
he'll
gentlemen.
bring food?
Oh, we didn't tell him to.
Somebody call him real quick.
I could see him now. His hands are empty. So I'm going to say no, he didn't bring food.
Aw, Jay.
Should have said come bear
Yeah.
and coffee and hot chocolate.
That's right. That would have been nice. Joey, you are in the place of Colby tonight. Remember, that mic doesn't work. You got to talk in the intercom.
Hello.
There you go. How you doing? All right. Why are you screaming? Do you have
Very
headphones on?
aggressive.
Put the headphones on, Joe, so you can hear. Jesus. It's like got it right down its throat. There you go. Back to playing with it.
Thank you. I need something to fiddle with while we sit here.
Yeah, well, you want my stress lemon?
Stress lemon.
This really does help, actually. We're going to share that today.
With
Yeah.
it quite a bit. Best
That was
souvenir money I've spent in a while.
I don't know.
Comes in handy for
this
sure.
mug is pretty sweet.
That's true.
That is a nice mug. People do comment when I do the other shows. They comment on it and they're like, "Oh, look at that. That's pretty neat." So yeah, it's a pretty good. That was a good get.
What this?
The mug with all the Shakespeare sayings on it.
Christmas win.
So somebody else is using my mug?
Somebody else is using your seat, your mug, your microphone.
Whoa.
No, they're not using the mug, but it's sitting there right in front of them. So of course they see it and they go, "What's this?" And they pick it up, sneeze in it, and then they, Shakespeare, to be or not to be. Read a comment today.
They're insults, so it's
insult.
Not,
yes, give us an insult. Shakespearean insults. Here we go. Bethany Yingling.
I do desire that we may be better strangers.
Oh, I like that one.
That's a good one. Yeah. I don't want to know you. In other words.
Basically, yeah.
Some of these
I should look up where
false of heart,
which plays they come from.
Light of ear and bloody of hand.
What is that one? False of heart,
light of ear and bloody of hand. You are a lump of foul deformity.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Now, what's this? Have you heard this stuff that Shakespeare didn't really write Shakespeare?
Oh yeah, it's been around forever.
What is that about?
Like Francis Bacon, they say wrote Shakespeare.
Yeah,
they attribute it to a bunch of different
Marlowe
people.
Is another one they throw out there.
So is it they're saying that Shakespeare never existed and then these people made up this?
They're pretty
Shakespeare
sure
existed. It's they have difficulty believing that someone from this random village with not a great education could be such a great playwright.
Oh, that's
and so prolific for one person.
That's so.
You are a
snobby,
beetle-headed, flap-eared knave.
Wow, that's pretty good. Nice. Beetle-headed. Don't read them all. We're not going to have any for future shows.
Oh, sorry.
You know what? Wait, hold on. Hold it up again. What was that? Turn it a little bit. No, the other way. Other way. Bolting hutch of beastliness. Is that bolting?
Yep.
Bolting hutch.
So I can see that far at least.
Okay. I'm going to have to take pictures of this and then figure out what plays they're from.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Yeah,
you know me, I love a good insult.
I know.
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Especially when said in such fantastic language.
There you go. Joey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Matthew. Thank you.
Great. It's great to have you here. You're filling in for Colby. Colby, by the way, couldn't make it. He texted me last night. He's like, "I'm not going to be able to make it tomorrow, brah." And I said, "Why, brah?" And he's like, "Because I have to babysit Tommy's kids, brah. It's his wife's birthday. He's taking her out. And
smart man.
And Taylor, his wife, has to work. So the only person who can babysit is good old Colby, Uncle Colby. 4 kids. He's babysitting 4 kids.
How old are they?
I only met them once. I think maybe the oldest is 12.
Okay.
I don't know. So, I mean, he's got a little help there with the oldest,
Yeah.
if I'm right.
No, the 12-year-old is the one that'll instigate everything.
Probably.
Yeah. But Mommy says we can have popsicles. Mommy lets us do that.
Right.
Mommy lets us stand.
And then Mommy gets home and the kids have all, sugary, chocolatey goodness all around their face. And what is this? Oh, Colby let us do it.
Yeah.
He's like,
Colby
come on,
said
brah.
it was the only way to be.
Yeah, it's the only way to be, brah. Life is short, eat dessert first, brah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says. So a couple things I want to tell everybody about. Taco Tuesday trivia night on a Saturday is sold out. Sold out, ladies and gentlemen. So if you were on the fence saying, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe when it gets closer. Well, too late. You can't. I think there is a waiting list in case there's any cancellations. So give them a call over at the Seminary, Ridge Museum and Education Center.
Wait, did you tell them that we were going?
Huh?
Did you tell them that we were going?
What?
Did you?
I'm meeting with them tomorrow.
I totally forgot.
I totally forgot. I'm meeting with them tomorrow. Don't worry, you'll get in. You'll get in. Don't worry, you'll get in. You'll get in. We were.
Emphasis on were.
And I think I just ruined that. No, you'll get in. Everything will be fine. We're all going to be happy, okay? So that is the situation comedy with that. Okay. Now
That's pretty impressive, though, because that's still, 2 weeks away? A little more than.
Yeah. To have it sold
And
out
it's
that
already
early.
sold out. That's pretty good.
yeah, I guess it is, isn't it?
Yeah. For an event like that.
Well, the seminary guys, they do things well, and of course, people hear that the tacos are being made by our guest tonight, Jake Schindel, over at the Ragged Edge Coffee.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
And they say, well, if it's Schindel, it's just as well. I think that's the slogan people say around town. We'll find out. We'll find out. He did serve on council, and I want to know what his slogan was when he was running.
Free coffee.
Free coffee if you've, well, maybe, who knows? We'll find out. But anyway, it's sold out. So thank you to everybody who bought your tickets. And we're going to have fun. It's going to be fun. It's not a show. We're not recording it. We're just all getting together. And we're going to have fun doing some trivia in the dead of winter, right?
Please read the most recent comment.
Oh, let me pull up the show here because, oh, God. Hold on. Let me find it. I forgot to pull the show up.
Classic.
Well, read it. Oh my God! What, Joe? Joe, you don't have to swallow the mic. It'll pick you up. Say it again.
Are we live?
Hold on. Turn the volume on that thing down a little bit.
Okay.
What is the comment that I'm looking at here? Okay. Oh, drat. Guess we ain't going?
No, the one, Kevin.
Two above that.
Kevin Tracy.
Kevin. Otterson Broderson. Oh.
No.
What? Read it. Just tell me what I'm looking for.
Otterson Bra.
Oh, Broderson. Okay, sorry.
God,
Otterson
Matt, you
Broderson,
totally didn't even spoil. That was the worst.
I'm all thrown off tonight.
You are.
I am exhausted.
Debbie and I are on it.
Yeah.
And you were like...
Oh, yeah. John B says bra be sitting.
I like that one.
That's a good one. I'm going bra be sitting, bra. That's pretty good. Hey, bra, can you watch my kids, bra?
Colby in Charge TV show from the 80s.
Colby in Charge. All right. So I was told explicitly by our friend Eric Houston, cool it with the bra. He didn't like the bra last year. Last week. Last week? Last year.
Last week.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
It's been a long week.
So he said no. But, oh, by the way, if you're one of the people that have had trouble commenting, I think we have solved the problem because there was a good handful of people that had comments held for moderation. And then I would go and look at them and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this comment. Why the hell is it being held for moderation? And then somebody figured out it's every time they had a sentence with the letter I in it, the word I as in I. And the reason for that is we got bombarded one time during a live when I was doing my driving around with somebody who was using a certain racial slur over and over again. And were you watching that,
No.
Dad? And
they
would spell it out with one letter for each comment. And so when you look down, it spelled the word out. So I went in, I banned the word, and I banned each individual letter. Well, I is a word. Mm-hmm. It's not just a letter, it's a word. And so whenever there was a comment, somebody was like, I am so tired, held for moderation. And so I removed I from the banned words. And
but not
sure
the
enough,
other one.
Oh, no. I left everything up. Well, because I don't want to say any of the other letters, but, So my point is that I think we have that problem solved. So if you've had problems messaging before, or what do you call it, commenting before, it should be all taken care of now, and everything is wonderful, and we're a big happy family again, okay? All right.
It's a little dicey there for a bit.
Yeah.
It was getting crazy, People,
we were neither happy nor a family.
Right. I don't know what's going on here, but that's the way it was there. So anyway, Joey, I know this is 3 or 4 false starts to getting to introduce you. How are you, Joe? We haven't seen you in a while. What's new?
I'm fine, thank you, Matt.
Okay.
Okay, he's enjoying that.
He really is having too much fun with that. He loves it. You understand, though, like we have a speaker in the room, but you're also plugged into the board.
Oh.
So when you get right up to it and scream, it just blows everybody's ears out. So you could just talk normally, like regular. You know when you go to the bank drive-through, it's the same type of intercom. So you don't have to stand right on it. Okay.
I'm doing well. Thank you, Matthew. It is a pleasure to be here.
Great. It's a pleasure to have you as well, Joe. And Joe got a raise and a promotion, and he's vice president of his union now.
Woo!
So congratulations, Joey. All right, what else? Lectures are going really well.
Yes, they are.
People are very supportive. Thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. It is a lot of fun. Pete Carmichael and John Hoptak were last weekend. They're both available on our YouTube channel. Pete was a lot of fun. John, I love John because George Sykes. He did one on George Sykes.
His bromance.
It was really well done.
Wow, this guy's kind of an interesting guy to hear about.
Except for apparently he has the most bland personality ever.
but a great service record.
Yeah.
Poor guy died of cancer on the face.
Ooh.
What was it, 56 or something like that in his 50s?
57, I think.
56 or 7.
Probably went into his mouth too.
Yeah, and they think it was because of all that time in the sun serving out on the plains. They didn't have copper tone back then. And I guess he figured, well, I got a hat on, that'll be enough. But, sunset goes right through you. It doesn't go down. It comes right at your face. So who knows? But anyway,
that's aggressive pointing.
But that sounds like a terrible way to go.
Oh, my gosh, yes. I actually had a friend of mine that had that.
On his face?
On her face, yeah.
Her face?
Uh-huh.
She's
gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
they had to, she had it here.
Yeah.
And it grew into her mouth too, and then they had to remove this whole part of her jaw and everything. And so I hadn't seen her in a while, and I went in and saw her, and I didn't recognize her. And it was completely different. And then she passed away very soon after that.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to go. So anyway, we learned about him, and then Pete Carmichael was the next day. He did one. He did one on the letters of John Partington and his wife, Sarah. But it was only John's letters because we don't have Sarah's letters. Yeah. And I think it's very interesting. Like Pete does, I love that I doing the show. And because when, prior to doing it and when I started doing it, all I cared about was when the guns went boom.
Yeah.
Right? All I cared about.
Yeah.
How you move the troops, how many casualties, all that stuff. Boy stuff. But then, from doing the show, people were like, I'd like to learn more about the town. Can you do some shows about the town? And being a guy who wants to please his audience, I said, sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in doing them. But then we did them. And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting. And then I became interested genuinely in the town because other people said you should do the town. And so I said, from now on, that's what I'm going to do. I'm either going to follow my own interests and that's going to dictate what shows we do, or I'm going to listen to good suggestions from the audience. And I've done both. And one of the things that Pete called to suggest to do around Christmas was this year he'd come on and we would take a letter or a series of letters from people and just kind of parse them and do what he did.
He's really good about that.
He's very good at it.
Yeah.
He's very good at taking the human side of things and remembering that these are human beings and they're going through a very human range of emotions, through this horrible act of humanity that is war. And I loved it. And what I really love about Pete, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but okay. I'll let you go after this. What I really love about Pete is I said to him, I emailed him like the week before, and I was like, I just want to know where to put the camera. I have a feeling you don't stay at the podium. Is that right? And he said, yeah, I'm kind of a cross between Phil Donahue and I forgot who the other person was. And as soon as he said Phil Donahue, I knew what he meant. He's going to get up there in the bleachers with everybody and say, well, my liberal New York audience, what do you think? And he didn't actually do that per se, but he did get in with the crowd. And even though the lighting was bad when he would do that, because we weren't set up for that, I think it just was really engaging for the people there and hopefully for the people at home.
Yeah.
But what is so great about Pete? Did you watch it?
Not yet.
Okay, and you were there.
I was there. Yeah.
Okay. What's so great about what he did there is he's joking around, he's going on tangents, he's doing his shtick and everything, and most especially points me out a few times. That's the best part of it.
Yeah,
naturally.
The whole reason why Matt's there.
Strokes
That's
his
why it's
ego
my
a bit.
favorite one so far. No, but so he's doing all that stuff, and then by the end, he's anchored to the podium, and his tone changes, and he ends the life of John Partington. Yeah.
Yep. As a theater person, I can tell you that he is a natural-born storyteller.
Yes.
Much like a certain ranger we know. And he knows how to hit all the right emotional moments.
Yeah.
So that he had us laughing in the right spots. But he knew exactly what to do to bring it down, and you could tell the audience responding to his mood. Like you could just feel everyone's emotions just deflate.
Yeah.
And it was like I could guess what was coming, but at the same time, I still started to like tear up a little bit.
Well, yeah,
but he does it so well. And
because he knows how to tell that story so well.
And when he was talking about, him laying somewhere in these woods, and he has a picture of McPherson's woods as they are today, and
it's just the woods. You don't see the tour road or the monument.
No, right.
It's
just the woods. And he's going through, as he's taking his last breaths, is he thinking of, that cottage with his wife that they wanted to get, but they didn't get it. They didn't, but they talked about it, Or is he thinking about this? Or is he bargaining with God? And what is he doing? And and then whatever his last line was, and then there's a pause, and then it was just thank you, and then
that was the perfect way to end it, because what else is there to say at that point?
Yeah, I gotta say, I went up to him afterwards and I go, Pete, you might be onto something here. You should think about a career in history. No, history.
In history. But can you imagine,
have you thought about being a professor? Yeah. This is how oblivious I am to everything around me.
And you know what else you should have told him? Because I thought he looked, he could always get away with wearing a scarf.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
You could tell him that he could do that more often.
He does.
I know I'm being funny.
Oh.
Jesus,
I'm sorry, I'm so tired. You were going to say something, and I interrupted you.
It's gone now.
Good.
I know, but his students, they get that in class. That makes history so much more engaging. When you
there were three of his students in the audience there.
I was sitting there going, dang it, I wish he had been my professor.
I know.
Yeah.
There were a few college classes that would have been a lot more entertaining.
A lot more interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple, believe it or not, I had a couple teachers like him in high school that really, I was already interested, but they kind of solidified my interest in history. But at college would have been great to have one like him.
Yeah.
Actually, I had one. Remember Chris Kattan from SNL?
Yeah.
I had one who looked exactly like him.
Okay.
And he was it was a Titanic class because this was a couple of years after the Titanic came out, and so it was
after it sailed.
After the Titanic sank,
I'm about that.
I took a class on it.
You're looking good for your age. There,
Thank you. But anyway, so we took this class. It was a really cool class. We had one of the girls in the class worked for a caterer. And she was telling the caterer about the class, and the caterer was like, "Oh, I would love to do a dinner serving the menu that they have."
How cool would that be?
And so she came and sold the class on the idea, and it was $75 a person or something. But we had every course that they had in first class. And, it's funny. What was first class then is middle class now. So it was just peanut butter and jelly and stuff. But it was interesting the way they broke it up into different courses.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a dinner like that?
We did do that.
But a legit one. But it wasn't for a class?
No. Who's going to invite me to a dinner like that? The only way I'm going to a dinner like that is if I find a pot of gold when I'm walking through the woods and I throw one.
You
not
come
a
to the
pot of
Yingling
gold.
Christmas party.
Really? Are they loaded, the Yinglings?
Not my.
You're talking about the beer Yinglings.
No. The Mark's aunt and uncle.
Are they loaded? Really? And they have
wait staff.
For events, for parties, or for everyday
Both.
Life?
Both.
What? What do they do?
Doctors.
I should have listened to my mother.
Yeah.
Go to school and become a doctor.
Yeah. Mark told me the first time to go to their house for Christmas, he was like, just come in like jeans and a nice sweater.
Yeah.
And then the guy,
meanwhile, the help's walking around in a tux.
the help's walking around carrying trays.
Yeah.
And they're serving us at
They're
the
feeling
table.
supremely out of place.
Unbelievable. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Good for them. Good for them.
They don't do that anymore, but like the first couple times.
Well, yeah, no, I've never been to one of those except for this, and it's I've been to a nice restaurant a couple times. I just had to drop something off, but
he was dropping off flyers for AG today.
Yeah, exactly. Postcards.
Been to a true high tea, but not a.
Oh, high teas are so much fun.
There's a place high tea. I've never.
It's like it's tea, but you get courses.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a place in Hanover that does it, and they do a really, really nice job.
When you say courses,
not
they
not
teach you
food,
how to.
Food.
Oh,
it's
like that kind
finger
of
food,
like finger food. You get like a savory version
it's
and then
like
a sweet version.
Stuff.
Cindy and I were watching Love on the Spectrum the other day, and this one kid is obsessed with British everything. He's an Anglophile.
They had high tea in that show.
They did have high tea on that show.
They went to high tea.
Yeah, that's the kid. Yeah. What was his name? Sean?
I think it was
Colin.
Colin. Yeah.
I love Colin. Colin was my favorite, and the girl who went to Africa with her boyfriend. What's the name, Cindy?
Abby.
Abby.
Are they looking at me?
Yeah. And he goes, yes, because you're so beautiful. Wait, why can't I hear you? Are you faking that you can't be heard?
Oh no, I'm here. Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Hi there.
He's either way too loud or can't hear.
I know. It's a great show. Love on the Rocks. No, Love on the Spectrum.
So there's a scone course, like a finger sandwich course, and then a dessert course.
Right.
In high tea, in a classic high tea.
Right. And we so they had the high tea and on that show, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
But why did they call it high tea? Because it's like fancy tea. It's not just making a cup of tea.
I don't know why they call it high tea. Oh, Debbie, can you look that up?
It's at high noon.
The Googlers.
We're talking noon.
Is that true?
Yeah, high noon.
Okay, high noon.
Oh.
So high noon, I thought high noon was only an American Western term.
It was like doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. I just imagine tumbleweed and a teacup. All right. Well, we learned everything. We learned something new. Have you ever seen that show, Love on the Spectrum?
No, I don't have TV, remember?
I don't either. It's on Netflix.
I don't have Netflix.
Well, you should get it. I'll tell you this. It is a heartwarming show.
Okay.
We started watching it out of curiosity, and I quickly started to root for people on this show. And I have to tell you something. People who are not on the spectrum are horrible. Mm-hmm. All of us. Why? Because we consider things like looks. They don't care.
No.
They're happy to have anybody, and they immediately fall in love.
But am I going to be upset?
Yes.
Like because of Uncle?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it's a very heartwarming show. I really do. There's times where I'm like on the verge of welling up because I think it's really not. Because they're genuine people. Like they just are just the sweet.
They're like children. Mm-hmm.
That's the meaning. They're like teenagers. No, they're no. I know what you're saying. You're not being insulting. It's
they have that.
They have the innocence of a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just pure love because you're a good person, and we both have an interest in zoo animals, and that's where it begins.
And so obviously, we're meant to be.
Yeah. I was very surprised that how they did it, and they do the show with a little bit of humor, but it's not mocking. You know, it's funny. It's just a good, and there's an Australian version too. There's an Australian and United States version. Did you see the Australian version, Joe?
Yeah, with Michael and Jurassic Mark. Love that.
Michael is the best. Michael's my favorite.
Right?
On the Australian.
Amazing.
He's fantastic.
I feel like I'm gonna have to watch this just so I understand.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, you have to watch it. It's just you go from one to the next. You can't stop. It's an easy. It's like a 28-minute episode. You know, I mean, it's really
all
good.
we do at our house anymore is watch Bluey.
Okay.
I have a 3-year-old.
Small child.
Man, does it make you wonder? It makes me wonder.
It does.
My name is Joe, and I like Civil War trivia and dinosaurs and role-playing games. I don't like loud noises. I mean, it makes me wonder.
It makes me. I said this to Cindy. I go, you know what? Like,
you are not autistic.
No. I said, you know what? The rest of us are kind of shitheads. Are kind of shitheads because we consider all these other things. Which okay, look, you don't want somebody who can't earn a living, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to carry. Okay, so there are certain things that we need to think about. And because of their situation, they don't have to worry about that stuff. They're taken care of by parents or whatever. So they have to. So all they can do is just focus on you as a person. It's kind of refreshing. It's kind of nice. How about the medieval times guy with the long hair? Keith? Is it Keith?
No.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I like that guy too. He's funny. He'll start a lot of his questions. He gets very nervous on the dates.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but really very nervous.
And you're rooting for everyone. That's what I like, because everyone is a good guy. Everyone is a hero.
No. You know who I don't like? Danny.
Oh, I like Danny a lot.
First of all, she's very bright.
Yeah.
She's into animation. Okay. And very together. Like, she has her own animation company. She's very interested. So she requires a guy with 6-pack abs, his own animation company, and some other thing. I forget what. And so she rejects these normal guys who are on her level for this unrealistic goal. Because how many people do you know that have their own animation company?
How many people do you know have 6-pack abs?
Well, I do. Under all the fat, I have really nice 6-pack abs. Oh, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Oh, you should have seen them.
I've never seen them.
Well, in my dreams, they were.
I really don't want to.
No,
even if you legit had them, I did not want to.
Covered in flab. Nobody wants to see that. All right, listen, enough of that. We're going to take a break, and that's what we're going to do, because we have a guest, and he's impatiently waiting in the back. I can see him pacing.
Poor guy.
And he's yelling at Cindy right now. I can see it all. No, he just gave me the finger. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these words from our delicious sponsors from all over the place. We'll be right back. Hey, Getty's nerds! 2024 is shaping up to be a fun year for Addressing Gettysburg, and we want you to join us. Our Get Out of the Car tours, put together and led by licensed battlefield guide Louis Trott, kick off in April and will be available at a later date for the first time ever on our YouTube channel. Speaking of our YouTube channel, Gettysburg National Military Park's Winter Lecture Series is available exclusively over there from January through March. So be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single one. We also brought back our in-person events for you. Starting on February 17th, you can drag yourself over the final stretch of the winter doldrums by coming out to the seminary for Taco Tuesday Trivia Night, but on a Saturday. This event will benefit the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, the Ragged Edge, and Addressing Gettysburg. Contact our friends at the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center for tickets. Join us at the Adams County Historical Society on March 16th as we record an episode of our popular biographical series, Spotlight On. This one is a doubleheader featuring Tim Smith and Gary Edelman. Tickets are available on our website under the Events tab. And if you're a patron, you get a discount. How about an outdoor summer concert to make your summer sizzle? Man, was that cheesy. Anyway, Billy Webster is bringing his band to town to perform his entire album of Civil War songs, Marching Through Georgia, just for you. Tune in to AG Today every Thursday to find out when tickets go on sale for that one. We have much more in the works, so be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now for free on Patreon. We hope to get to meet and spend time with many of you this year as we spread the word about the Battle of Gettysburg and the Civil War. Help us teach the masses that history is not boring. Movies and documentaries about history are spread out across the internet, and their quality is often suspect. History Fix
delivers curated historic programming to your preferred device using their website or branded apps. Join History Fix for movies, documentaries, short films, and how-tos. Addressing Gettysburg podcast fans receive 20% off their first annual subscription. So what are you waiting for? Sign up at www.historyfix.com and use promo code ADGBURG. That's ADGBURG.
Want the freshest cup of coffee in Gettysburg? Then visit Bantam Roasters, formerly 82 Cafe at 82 Steinway Avenue. They roast all of their coffee in-house, and they have a full coffee bar to keep you caffeinated during your trip. Visit them at www.raggededgerc.com for their menu and shipping options for all of their freshly roasted coffee. Use promo code Hancock for 10% off your order in the cafe.
This episode of Addressing Gettysburg is brought to you in part by me, audiobook narrator Mike Scott. Narrator of Savis Beattie's Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864, and Unlike Anything That Ever Floated, the Monitor and Virginia and the Battle of Hampton Roads. If you are an author or publisher interested in having your titles produced as audiobooks, or even just in learning more about the process, give me a shout. You can find my contact info on my website, MikeScottVoice.com. That's MikeScottVoice.com.
And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
Engaging with our complicated past helps us understand there is no them, there's only us, even when we disagree and are divided. For nearly 50 years, my films have explored American stories. I'm honored to announce that I will return to Gettysburg with my colleagues for a festival of screenings, conversations, and events that look at where we've been, where we are, and most important, of course, where we are going.
Seems like we haven't seen you in forever. Welcome back to Addressing Gettysburg Today. Here's Matt.
Let's see.
I didn't get a harum from that guy.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for the harum. My guest now, our guest now.
Yes.
He graduated. Can you guess who he is? He graduated from Gettysburg College in 2003 with a bachelor's degree in business management. Yeah. Yet he opened the Ragged Edge Coffee House in Gettysburg in 2001, before he graduated.
That's cool.
Okay.
It's you.
He oversees the cafe business at the Amblebrook Welcome Center.
No. That's
What?
incorrect. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We closed that location.
He closed his location at the Amblebrook Welcome Center.
We were contracted with them, and then ended that contract at the end of the first quarter last year.
Okay. You have coffee house satellite locations all around town.
No.
What?
Your information's bad.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
So right now we currently only have one location, and that's on Chambersburg Street.
So okay,
we closed our hack location.
Okay.
Because a lot of the students are now
out
online. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So there's a lot less traffic in there.
Okay.
And it wasn't profitable. So we moved out.
So you got to close it. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the Y?
That we closed years ago.
Shows the last time I was at the gym.
Yeah, what about those 6-pack abs?
They're under.
They're deep under because It's been like years since we've been. So.
True story.
It's been a long time since How many years are we talking?
we're talking. Well,
like
I mean,
20.
No, it was like COVID, like early COVID. Okay. Early COVID. So it's only been a couple of years, but still.
Oh,
still,
geez, that's funny.
Still, I mean, I'm not your doctor, but like
maybe I should go back.
But like maybe once a year at the gym is better than what you're doing now.
Once a year. Oh shit. All right, fair enough. I really do need to go back. I thought the last time I was at the gym was like 6 months ago, but clearly it's not.
No.
Oh my God. All right.
That was dreams.
It must have been.
Yeah.
Holy crikey. But you do the catering over at the seminary?
The seminary. Yeah. So
Tell me
we
about
moved.
That.
I really wish you had said no.
Give me one.
I really do. I know. I really wish you had said no.
Yeah, I'm left-handed, and I feel like this microphone is being on the right is really.
Just flip it around. Just take it off. Yeah, just take it off, and then flip it. Now you got to take the arm of the microphone and swing it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Hey, left-handers living in a right-hander's world.
I
you know what I mean?
It's tough.
It's
tough.
Yeah.
You
anyway,
were saying.
yeah. So we've always needed a kitchen space for prep work and other stuff for the shop because we don't have a big kitchen there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I used to be at the Y.
Okay.
Was that provided us with a good little kitchen space with which to do our work, and then we also had a location there. So anyway, over COVID, I was in need of a new space, so that's when the seminary prevented me
from doing anything.
Prevented me from going to the gym, which I really needed to do.
You tried to get my six-pack abs.
Yeah. But they presented me with the opportunity to be in the refectory, which was available at the time. So we're up there now.
So and
it's awesome.
I was at an event at the seminary. I can't remember which one it was, but you did the catering for it, and it was really good.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Really delicious.
Yeah.
Cindy was there, right?
Was
Cindy, you were with me.
Was it a high noon tea?
It was a high tea. Yes, it was. It was. No, we did. I don't remember. I was out in the pavilion with them. I hosted a little talk that they had there.
Yeah.
And you had it out in the atrium.
Yeah.
There.
As I was saying,
or portico.
The number of community events that you have fed me at.
Yeah, right.
Even though you didn't know you were feeding me. Is amazing.
I feed a lot of people that don't know.
There you go. Well, and then the other thing is that you used to be on borough council.
Yes, I did.
Were.
Yes, I were. Yes.
I were.
Yeah.
You was.
I was.
I was
back
on
when I
borough
went
council.
to the gym.
You decided to go to the gym instead.
Yeah.
Now, so you were on, how many years were you on borough council?
11,
pull that closer to your mouth.
11 years. 11 years.
Okay.
11 years.
11 years. What we're talking about.
There we go.
What we're talking about. Okay.
Good. Sweet.
11 years you were on council.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because I think when I moved away, I think is when what year did you start on council?
11 years ago.
11 years? No,
because I've been off of council now 2 years.
Yeah, when he stopped at the Y.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Well, so when I moved, my wife and daughter and I moved out of town. I had to get off of council, and that was
right.
Let's see, we settled on our house in.
Well, it doesn't matter when you left.
June
when did you
or
start?
July of 2021, right? Yeah, so I started, I was first elected back in 2000 and... what year is this year?
2010. If it was 11 years and you moved in 2021.
Every year when we get to my anniversary, I'm like, honey, we've been married like 20 years. Like I lose track. So I guess it would have been like 2008, 9, 10, somewhere in that range. Does that sound right?
Yeah, because 11 years.
Yeah, right. So
from
that
2021.
Yeah, right.
So
that sounds about
so
right.
2008 or 9. Okay, so I was still living here when you got on council.
Yeah, right.
Okay, right.
We figured that out.
Yes. Okay. Because that sounds familiar. So
double check on Facebook. Let's see where we're at. Yeah.
Yes, please Google that in the back there.
Yeah, I'm sure I have pictures from that.
So you did count. How did you like that? I mean, 11 years, you must have liked it enough to stay on until you had to move.
I actually really enjoyed it. It's different at the time. You know, it's like it's one of those things that you do, and then you're like, yeah, I really love that, and then you're like, but I don't want to go back and do it again.
Right. You're glad that you did it.
Yeah. Because actually, after council, after I moved out to the lake, I actually got on the board out at Lake Heritage, and that was a nightmare.
You're an HOA person now?
Yeah.
Those are worse.
But I'm not on the board anymore.
Okay, good,
I'm off because I resigned because I was like,
I'm done.
Because they're terrible.
Yeah.
They're worse than borough council.
People suck.
They do.
And
you give people a little bit of power that they really don't deserve.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, part of the difficulty. I mean, even like with being on borough council is I really enjoyed it, but it's also like you get introduced to a world that most people don't know. Like government is kind of its own, it's its own creature. That,
it is.
That, everybody thinks that they understand it because they're like, well, I pay taxes. And it's like, well, yeah, but like you don't really understand like,
the
unions and, like where we're getting money from and where, like grants and like, like it just, I mean, it's a whole different world that it takes a while to kind of conceptualize where how things work, and it just doesn't. It took me a while. It really took me a while to kind of ramp up to understanding, and then once I understood, I was like, well, no one else understands, and then it's like then I lasted a few years and loved it, and then I was like, well, I'm moving. I'll see y'all later.
It sounds like it's a lot of, you think you could do something, and then the solicitor's like, no, you really can't do that because,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, which is, that's life, right?
Yeah.
That's why we have, our other
alcohol.
That, and I was gonna say, I have my wife there to give me direction.
Yeah, you have to have balance.
Like, yeah, and I mean, you always want to do things, and then you have someone else that's like, should you do that? Like, I want to eat that thing. Like, oh, should you do that? Like, that's, that happens up here, and then sometimes my wife's like, oh, no, maybe you shouldn't. Like,
Speaking of eating that thing. You should have him try.
You should go to the gym.
Yeah. No. You should have him try the.
Oh, do you have it? Is there any more? Could somebody bring the chips in?
Oh,
because we've been talking about this before on the show, and so these are chips. Thank you, Cynthia.
Protein chips.
Yes, but they're made of chicken.
Oh, okay.
Try one and let me have one too.
So these are not vegan?
No. What are you, nuts? Why are you a vegan? Because you're not anymore.
Yeah, I'm not anymore. I just gave it up. just so everybody knows.
Chip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you like them?
I did like them.
Yeah.
These are made from chicken, huh?
And people love listening to people chewing the microphone.
That's true. That's true.
My concern is that it says chicken. It's not on me. The camera's not
bone
on
broth?
Me, but chicken bone broth. And that creeps me out a little bit.
No, bone broth is the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have you never had bone broth?
No, you know how I am about bones.
Oh.
Well, it's... Wait, what? Joey. Just press the button and speak. You don't have to swallow the microphone. What are you saying about what?
He was chugging bone broth.
He was choking on a bone. But Joe, you're holding. What are you trying to say to me?
I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Don't like. He comes in. This is what he does. He goes. He grabs the mic, grabs the intercom, and he goes. And I go, "What, Joe?" And then he just goes. Just mimes through the window like I know what the hell he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Just speak, Joey. Don't be shy. Anyway, Jake.
Yeah.
So, So you opened the Ragged Edge before graduating college.
Yeah, when I was in college. Yes.
Yeah.
And what made you do that?
Yes, exactly. An entrepreneurial spirit, obviously.
Well, kids nowadays, when they're in college, they want to become TikTok stars.
Yes. Oh, we got two in the back right now.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to do. But it was...
But they didn't have TikTok yet.
But they didn't have TikTok yet. So I was like, oh, hey.
Coffee. Equivalent.
How can I do something totally dumb? Start my own business in college. Yes. Great idea. One of the best stories I have when I was in school and I was leaving class and the train comes through town every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Twice a day.
Yep.
And I guess it was like my 10 o'clock class or something. And every time I had that class, I would walk back to the shop because I needed to go work. And I'd get up to the train tracks and I'm like, oh my God, this train, because it would go and then it would stop and then it would back up and then it would,
Yeah.
So it was always like a half-hour process. So one day I was like, you know what? I got this train. So I start climbing up on the train.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, I'm going to get over this damn thing. I'm tired of waiting every single time.
So you climbed over the physical train?
So I started climbing the train. And then as I'm holding on to the ladder.
And dear life.
I hear this. Because it's like a mile long.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and you can hear it like. And as it got closer to me, I was just frozen because, I was like, what is happening? And I was just frozen. And then I just fell off. Because it started moving forward, but it was moving forward so slowly, but it was still it was enough that I was like, oh my God. So I fell back. Fortunately I had a backpack on that was full of 100 books.
Are you trying to tell us that you started Ragged Edge because you hit your head?
No, I had already done it at that point. But still.
But he continued it because he hit his head.
Yeah. But that definitely helped make things worse. So, yeah. But yeah. So I fell off a train at one point in time. I love trains, and to this day,
right?
I still love trains.
But and this is why you started how you started.
No.
What does this story have to do with?
This was just a cool caveat. I was just trying to share with you. Of me walking back from class at Gettysburg College.
Oh, okay.
And getting stuck by the train.
That train is a pain in the ass, though.
That's what I'm saying. That was my point.
Because when it's one of those really long ones, it's like at least the Carlisle Street and Washington Street,
right? And then when the damn thing backs up, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on, you were already going that way.
Well, have you? So I used.
What are you doing back up? Just do it.
Right.
Just keep
Would
going.
you drop your hat? So with the
did somebody fall off?
Did a college kid fall off?
What an idiot! I hope he doesn't start a business. Oh goodness!
Did you ever hear? So I used to live on Water Street.
Oh yeah,
and
there's a lot of water down there.
There is. And when, I don't know, sometimes at 10, 11 o'clock at night, I remember the first time I heard it, I had no idea what it was. And I thought I was in the middle of a sci-fi movie and some kind of demons were coming out of hell or I don't know what, but it was this awful whining and screeching and moaning that lasted for minutes. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then I realized it was the train stopping, coming to a stop. And it's just, and there's a squealing of these wheels and everything like that. You've had to have heard that you probably were at the Ragged Edge late or something.
Well, I used to, years ago, I used to live above Townie. Remember Townie? Town Tavern?
Town Tavern, yeah.
I used to live in one of the apartments above Town Tavern. So, at night, I heard that when I was laying in bed. And so, I heard that many a time.
Yeah, and it's.
I worked at the train station.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah, the trains. Yes,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
do. You absolutely do. Thanks for that unrelated piece of information.
Listen, don't even.
Yeah.
I just heard a story about
Yeah.
a train, and then you say something to me. I literally hurt. I hurt from laughing.
Oh, well.
I hurt. Like
Good.
my stomach hurts.
Well, good. That's a good thing. That's a good pain. That's a good
my
pain.
God.
I mean, you know, like you could work on your 6-pack abs by just laughing a lot. That's
They
what
say
I
laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
That's what we should do. We should start a laugh gym. And you just it's like a Zumba class,
Yeah.
except you just sit
You
there and all
just
start
make
laughing.
jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'll do it.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So all right, so where was your first location though?
Chambersburg Street.
So that was your first, and when did you open that there?
2001.
2001. So you opened that before you graduated. So you had.
Right.
So what did you do? Just like get a loan or something? Like how'd you do that?
So okay, okay. So the long story is, how much time do we have?
30 seconds.
Yeah. So the long story is, so I went to I moved down to Florida.
Yeah.
Back in 2000, and I went to go get my pilot's license, like I mentioned with the
Right.
and I got my private pilot's license. Well, the where the Ragged Edge is now used to be the Gettysburg Coffee Company, and my good buddy worked there, and he called me when I was living down in Florida going to flight school, and he said, "Hey, the coffee shop's for sale. I think we should buy it." And like I was like, "Oh yeah, with whose money?"
Right.
And my grandfather had passed shortly before then, and we had we had the estate, and like my grandfather had two sons, one being my father, and I said, "Hey, Dad, like, what if we did this with the money and we bought the business?" And I came back and this is what I did. And he was like, "All right, I love the idea." And I was like, "Okay,
wow, that's good."
And I don't know why he went along with it, but he did.
Yeah.
And so when I graduated flight school, I moved back, and then that was let's see, whatever. Trying to think, sometime in 2001, maybe April, May, something like that. And I had applied to finish out the rest of my education at Gettysburg College, because I'd gone to school before then, and then whatever. So I was transferring in, but in 2001. But then what happened in September of 2001?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And
September 11th.
Right. And I had just gone to flight school thinking like, hey, maybe I'll have a career in planes.
Yeah.
And then, everything, the entire world changed. So,
Right.
So anyway, I was actually at the coffee shop the morning. My wife and I talk about this all the time because she's younger than me. And, she was in school when September 11th happened and I wasn't. But I was sitting on the front porch of the coffee shop, and we were going to go to the bookstore that day because Borders still existed, and
I worked at one. Yeah.
And
on 9/11, I worked at one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Borders.
I
And
was still in
did you
school.
did you work at the one up in?
No, I was down in Fairfax, Virginia, going to George
okay.
Mason at the time.
I was
Right.
in New York.
Okay.
one.
Okay. So you weren't at the one that I was going to.
No.
But anyway, I was planning on going to Borders, and then my dad was like, "No, you can't go because there's some stuff going on, and I just think that it would be better for you to be here." So I stayed, and that's where I was for 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
So you stayed here, you opened the place, and you've been going ever since. 20-something years.
23 years.
23
this April.
years.
This April. Yeah, 23 years.
Yeah. An institution.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I like to think about it.
Yeah. It
is.
It's
in
been
town.
there as
It
long
really
as.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that it was around that long. Like you were. And how old were you when you did that?
I was 20.
20?
I had turned 20. There's another funny story. I turned 21 when I was in flight school, and the thing about flight school, the thing about flying in general, is that you're not supposed to be drinking. Like
ever.
Well, no. There's like times like you're not allowed to drink 6 hours, 12 hours before you fly, depending on in flight school they're like 12 hours. It may have changed by now. I don't know, but they were like 12 hours before you fly. And in Florida, where I went to flight school at FIT, the weather, it's better to fly early because, Florida always has storms that come through, but then they last 15 minutes and then everything's good, right?
Right.
But like the earlier you fly, the clearer everything is, everything's good. So, they would always say like, okay, fly at like 6, 7 in the morning. So my flight
drink all day.
Well, my flight time was always like 6 or 7. And then I would have class, and then I would go home, and then I'd be like, well, I'm 21, it's time to party, and then I would drink until 6 o'clock. I would watch episodes of Wings on afternoon television with a 30-pack of Bud Light in my apartment all by myself.
Who was your favorite character on Wings?
I don't know. I think about it. I mean,
do you often think about this?
I think about.
You ponder this question.
I actually have thought about it because I'm like, did I ever really like that show? And I'm like, I don't know if I did. I enjoyed
you just
it.
Watched it.
I enjoyed it enough to sit and drink and watch it. But I'm like, did I ever really like that show?
But it was a funny show.
Yeah.
Well, who was the dumb guy? Lloyd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was?
Go ahead. What show?
Lowell. Was it Lowell?
Lowell. That's right. It was Lowell.
Lowell.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. I like Lowell.
Yeah. It was a great show. I enjoyed watching it. But I was normally like trying to get potted so that then I could sober up for the next 12 hours.
Sure.
Because I had just turned 21 and I was like, this is life now. Like if at 21, I'm legally allowed to drink for 3 hours. And that's it.
It's so true. At that age, like in the years leading up to 21, all you think is life is all about drinking after 21, right?
All the time.
Because everybody after 21, everybody I knew who was older 21 always had to have a drink. There was always a drink, I'm saying like 21 to say 30, in that range.
I did not have this experience.
Well, you were boring.
I was.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, well, no, now you're a raging alcoholic. But back then, you were very straight and narrow. But, and then you hit 21 and it's just your job is to just make money to go out and drink.
Right. Yeah.
And then somewhere along the line, your body rebels against you and you can't do it. Or revolts. And you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. I know.
Now,
I feel that way now.
Yeah. Well, that's how, So I've been feeling that way for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one of the things we were talking about during the break is that you also love on the Spectrum.
Yeah, right.
Right. What is it you like about the show so much, Jake Schindel?
I love the Australian accent.
So you like the Australian... That's it. You're so easy to please. Just the Australian accent.
Yeah.
You could also watch Bluey with me.
I do watch a lot of Bluey.
Is it not the best?
I put my kids in Bluey clothes today.
Did you?
Yeah.
I love it.
We're big Bluey fans.
Why? What the hell is Bluey again? It's a dog.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's a dog.
Like
it's a dog
Blue's
family.
Clues?
No, nothing like Blue's Clues.
No.
It's actually made, I feel, for adults.
I love it. I mean,
it's fantastic.
Out of all the kids programs that I watch, Bluey is definitely one of my favorites.
100%.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Wow. Well, I don't have kids, so I don't partake in these things. But the last child show that I was aware of was when I would babysit my nephew, and we'd be Bubble Guppies.
Oh, Bubble Guppies, yeah.
We never watched that.
My daughter has started to get into Bubble Guppies.
How old's your daughter?
She's 3.
17.
Oh, Ezra is too.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, when you said you had a 3-year-old, I was like, I have a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Is she a pain?
He.
Is he a pain?
No.
He has his moments.
My daughter
usually right before bed
was a princess for 2 years, and incredible. I love her every day, but man,
enough with
now
the princess
it's
crap.
done now.
She's gotten a lot more difficult.
Oh, see, usually if I tell
A
Ezra
lot more difficult
that he can't, if he doesn't do what I say, he can't go to Home Depot.
Oh,
then
maybe I should try that.
Yeah,
should be like,
he's
what?
immediately like this. I'm done, Mom. I'm done.
Yeah.
He'll suddenly go, I'm sorry.
So he really likes Home Depot.
He loves Home Depot.
What does he like about Home Depot?
The tools. He goes into the tool section and makes noises like he's using
like
them.
he's making it. Yeah, he's like Bob the Builder or whatever.
Yeah. Charlotte does this thing where like she'll like get like a hammer and she'll go under our coffee table and then
hammer things?
you know, make you know, do things under the table.
Sure.
And I'm like, "Oh, are you fixing the table?" And she's like, "Yes." And I'm like,
Is it because of Bluey? And that
Maybe.
episode where they I'm fixing the sink?
Maybe.
The mommies and daddies?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He plays
Yeah,
mommies and
maybe.
daddies a
Maybe.
lot because of that show.
"Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know."
I got to see this Bluey thing.
You do.
'cause,
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
saying it's really geared towards adults.
It is. There's a whole
yeah.
episode where they're hungover. The parents are hungover and the kids use them as a
Mount Mom and Dad.
Mount Mom and Dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz Chili and Bandit are like on the couch, like we're not moving, and the kids climb.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
All
My
right.
favorite
Mount
line
Mom and Dad, and they're hungover.
Yeah, my favorite line in the whole thing is Bingo, the younger sister, is like 4. And she's telling her dad, she goes, I'm going to the bathroom even though I don't have to go to the bathroom because then I won't wake up and pee in the middle of the night. It's called a tactical wee.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
I do that, and I still get up 6-8 times
I
a
know.
night. You know?
And I
I
use
know,
that all
I
the
know.
time with Ezra. I'm like,
that
tactical
happening
wee.
to you too?
Tactical wee.
Oh,
get
yeah.
it- you get
Oh,
that?
yeah. I stopped drinking anything. Anything.
Yeah.
Like, I won't even drink a glass of water after 8 o'clock because I'm like, I know I'm going to have to wake up at 3 and pee. You know,
Are you
it's
guys
just-
like the same age?
Yeah, about. Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
45. What are you?
44, 45 in March.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
March
I'm
what?
March 22nd.
Oh,
a little older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ezra's birthday's the 12th.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good for him. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we just had
Let's
a
keep
parent.
talking about kids.
We just had a parent conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's
right.
like over
yeah,
there going,
yeah.
ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
I'm
we
over
should
it.
start our whole
Yeah, a
other
parents'
podcast.
Right.
That was one of my favorite moments of
Yeah.
all time.
So anyway,
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay,
Love on the
Love is-
Spectrum. You love
yeah.
the Australian accent. That's all you need.
I only watched the first 2 seasons, so
I think that's all there is. Who is your favorite?
No, but there's an
Somebody
American.
Google
and
this. Yes, I think there's 2 seasons of each now.
Oh, okay.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
thinking.
Yeah,
Can we
so-
please Google this in the back and get it? It's 2 of each. 2 of each.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So I've seen the Australian one.
You got to try the American one.
Mm-hmm,
Australian and American ones both have memorable characters.
Yes.
Who's your favorite on Australia?
Jeez, I should have thought about this
Yeah,
in
what
the
were you
earlier
doing?
segment.
What were you
Jesus
doing?
Christ.
Did anybody make you laugh or cry?
I mean, they're all. I mean, it's just they're all just very sincere.
Yes, sincere.
Wonderful, like people to watch. You know, it's just like that. You know, there's all this color that I feel like a lot of people put into relationship. You know, like during COVID we started watching like Love Is Blind and like those other shows,
Like,
and,
hey.
yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah.
And you know, there's all this
Bullshit.
stuff.
It's all bullshit.
that we all of us throw
Yes.
into relationships,
Yes.
and then you watch Love on the Spectrum, and you're like, God, this is just it.
It's simple.
The simplicity is
Exactly.
so beautiful.
I like zoo animals. I do too. What's your favorite? Giraffe.
Yeah.
Mine too. Let's
Yeah.
get married.
I love
It's that easy.
Triceratops.
Yes.
Who loves okay, you know,
Exactly.
It's like, okay, cool. You
And
know,
then there's that guy Joe. What was it? The guy, the Michael, right? The one in Australia that he's very proper in the way that he talks.
yeah.
And
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can't do an Australian accent, but I love him.
Yeah.
And it's so serious.
Yeah.
You know, perhaps I'll find the woman who I will marry one day, and this will be her.
yeah,
and
and
I will
all you
ride
want-
off on his white
all you
Steve.
want is that person.
Yep.
And it's like Jesus Christ, I want to find that person for him.
Yeah, yes, you root for them.
I want that to be my full-time job, to find that person that will ride on that horse and be out. Yeah.
It's true, you do.
Yeah.
And it's I don't
great
know.
show.
It is a
Wonderful.
great show.
Great show.
Like with Uncle, for example, my uncle who is autistic, one of the things that I love about him is like recently he became vegan.
Mm-hmm.
And
So doesn't
Don't
eat the
give him the
chips.
chips.
Don't
You
give him the
no,
chips.
no. He would eat
no.
them though. His version of vegan. Okay. And when the doctors talked to him they were like, oh, why'd you choose to do that? For health reasons? Like, because he is diabetic and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, nope, Paul McCartney's vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good enough reason. I mean,
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. So
I
now
mean,
we've been vegan for 2 years.
if I can have that simple an answer for every single thing that every choice
Yeah.
that I make,
When I was
perfect. How easy
15,
would
that
life?
would have been the answer.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney is,
Yeah.
you know, because you're 15, you idolize.
Yeah, but he's 62 and
Yeah.
it's just as valid.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
All
mean,
right,
it's-
check that one
It is
off.
fun.
Move on to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. He is a knight. Sir Paul.
Sir Paul.
You know?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, not
I
Uncle.
thought you meant Uncle. I was like,
No, Uncle thinks he's
Really?
a knight. But no, he's not a knight.
Sir Uncle.
Sir.
We were going to get Uncle t-shirts that just said everybody's uncle because nobody knows what his real name
Well,
is.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, true. But his name is Steve.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
His name is Steve.
All right, so finally, let's get to this here now. You are going to be the taco chef du jour on February 17th during our Taco Tuesday trivia night on a Saturday. I'm looking forward to this very much.
Yes.
Now, for the people who have tickets, this is what you have to look forward to. This is who's going to be in the kitchen. You're going to be there.
Yeah.
You're not going to
Yeah,
hire
I'm
somebody to
gonna
do
be
it.
there. No,
You're
I'm
going to
gonna
be
be there.
there.
I'll be there.
So people can stick their head in the window there. There's a little window, isn't there?
There's doors. Yeah,
they can open the
with
door.
Windows.
They can stick their head in the door.
I mean, I'll be out there.
No, I thought there's like a window that you can open and serve food through, isn't there?
No, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if people want me to, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, well, you know, Jake will come out and say hi to everybody. Now that people know what a fun, gregarious guy you are, they're gonna love you and they're gonna want to meet you now.
Freaking hilarious. Is what you are.
I had a lot of fun. We haven't.
Oh my
we
God.
haven't laughed this hard
I
in
haven't laughed
a
that hard
long
in a
time,
long
or
time.
ever, maybe ever.
A long time.
Well, thanks.
I almost spit my drink out through my nose.
I think
I had to turn my head because it was like threatening.
I think the last time I laughed this hard on this show is when Cameron said this.
Osserspin, Brodison.
That I think is the last time.
I don't know. You laughed
Veronica.
pretty hard with Emptied My Kazoo too.
Well, that was funny, but this was like you, where we just felt like you got an ab workout and you're just sore, and then like that, where you have that laugh where it's just like a like a breathless laugh. Yeah, that was it. Because we were asking him what the college is with that was at Philippi, West Virginia, and he said this.
You're going to forgive me on the name.
So he knew what he was getting into, and then we said okay, and then he goes
Osserspin, Brodison.
And then we started laughing, and he was just like,
I have a hard time with names sometimes.
and you know, Gold was created, but like
Gold was created.
and it's Alderson Broadus is the name of the school that he was talking about. But anyway, that's the point. That's the last time I laughed that hard.
Hey,
Jake, thank you for coming in.
You're
This
hilarious.
is a lot of
Hey,
fun.
thanks,
Anytime you want to come and just hang out and shoot the shit with us, we do this every Thursday because we have no lives. So we.
What do you think I'm going to go home and do? Eat
Watch
dinner
this.
and maybe
watch Bluey.
Watch Bluey.
No, watch Love on the Spectrum, the American version.
Actually,
you got 2 seasons ahead of you.
I know.
I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
Yeah, I've been watching Louder Milk. That's been.
Is that any good?
I actually enjoy it.
Okay.
I thought it was
because
pretty
I've
good.
seen some scenes in it with, and I like Ron Livingston.
Yeah, the dude from
Band of Brothers. Office Space.
Office Space.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Both. I see what type of show this is. This is not the show that I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
all of a
nerds.
sudden, I'm very serious.
Yeah.
either one of those is a fine piece of work for Ron Livingston. I mean, really, they are. I mean, he's good at both of them.
Yeah.
But no, I've been seeing that a lot, and
I enjoy it. I mean, he's like a music critic in Seattle, so that gives it a certain
air of misery,
douchebaggery.
Douchebaggery.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like he's like our age.
I
think
he's a little older than we are.
A little. Yeah. But I mean, he like was the critic during the grunge phase.
Right. Oh, he's definitely older than we are.
Yeah. So he's like. Anyway, like I love that, and then he's like a recovering alcoholic,
right?
And then
he just seems to be very displeased with the youngsters these days. So every clip I've seen online, he's telling us.
Who isn't really?
I know. I can't stand him. And we got 2 of them coming in after the break. And would you just wait and see? You just wait. I mean, they're going to be. No, these are actually 2 of the good ones.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
2 of the ones that give me hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not much, but they give me hope.
Right. Yeah.
So that's good.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so what's the address? The Ragged Edge,
110 Chambersburg Street.
110 Chambersburg Street. Next time you're in town,
the
go
one
ahead.
with the beautiful front porch.
It's a great front porch. You can sit
great
there.
backyard. Got the backyard. Yeah, backyard, and we have a brewery in the back there too. Now.
Wait,
oh, that's right. I heard about it. Yes.
Yeah.
So many breweries popping up everywhere. Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
It is the thing.
It was grunge for us, and then
and
now it's breweries. We're getting older. That's the way. That's the way it works.
Do you now? We are getting older, but do you feel old?
All the time, every day when I pick my children up, my knees hurt, my back hurt. Yeah.
No, I don't mean physically. I mean, do you feel irrelevant yet?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, I feel 25.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
I still think like I am, and then I look in the mirror and I go, oh,
yeah.
When did I get my grandfather's body?
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, I know. I do the same thing. I look in the mirror and I'm like, God, I've been working out. When did all this happen?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Yeah.
I just worked out for 5 minutes. Why
haven't I snapped back?
Why do I look like this?
Do you diet too, or do you just work out? Or do you not even do
I
that?
only eat chips made of
chicken and bone broth.
They are delicious, aren't they?
They are
really
They're
good.
very good.
I do find them.
The Himalayan pink salt is what sold it for me.
But it's funny because on the back it says less than 2% of Himalayan.
Yeah. Because it's the bone broth. It's a chicken flavor that
makes
makes
it's the chicken flavor.
But do you need that much Himalayan pink salt to make
gave him an excuse.
give you zen, give you the Buddha-esque.
It gave them an excuse to make the bag pink.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah,
Joey.
Yeah,
Jake, there are many questions about where to get your sweatshirt.
Oh, at the coffee shop. Can
they get it online?
I mean, if they
no, just
if
say
they
no,
ask me
and
nicely,
they'd have to come to the. They got to come to the coffee shop.
Yeah,
again.
come to the coffee shop. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
At any of the satellite locations.
At any, and I may even take some up to the seminary just in case.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some happen to be there for trivia.
You should do that. Why don't you do that? Because I don't know if these people are coming.
And hats. I don't have my hat on right now.
Hats would be great.
Hats work.
Sure.
I have knit hats. Yeah.
If you ever want to drop some off here at the studio, we'll wear them on the show.
Love to.
And then people can see, oh, look at that. They got a Ragged Edge. Yeah, of course.
What size? 4X?
Oh,
my God.
You dirty, miserable, sucking horse. Jake Schindel, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Gettysburg business? Send an email to sales@addressinggettysburg.com.
Who can forget the sounds of the 60s?
The 1860s. I can't, and you can't either. Now, there's Marching Through Georgia, the exciting new album by Billy Webster. All of your favorite hits of the 1860s in one place. Such hits as Gary Owens, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, All Quiet Along the Potomac Tonight, Marching Through Georgia, and much, much more. So what are you waiting for? Go to billysongs.com and order your digital download of Billy Webster's Marching Through Georgia today. That's billysongs.com.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300. To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
If you're a lover of history, then go to trhistorical.com. There you'll find apparel, drinkware, decor, and more featuring a wide range of interests from the ancient world to the Cold War. Looking to make an impression with the perfect gift? Well, TR Historical now offers gift cards and a vintage wrapping service for a truly unique presentation. And our listeners will receive 10% off plus free shipping in the U.S. when you use promo code GBERG1863. So go to trhistorical.com, TR Historical, for the love of history.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettysburg Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top, just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service. So don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car, and saddle up with Gettysburg Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettysburg Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysburg.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Was that a ghost? Nah, ghosts aren't real. You're back with Addressing Gettysburg today. Now here's Matt.
All right. God help us. We have, by the way, how much fun did we have?
Oh my
there,
God.
Right?
I hurt. My
think
stomach hurts.
Jake should be a regular.
And it has nothing. I mean, what he said was funny. It's his face.
It's a funny
His
face, right? It's a funny face to
expression.
look at.
No. Like, shut up. No, he just has that face that you want to laugh with him.
Yeah, no, he's yeah. No, he's very funny.
Yeah, he's adorable.
I think what he was saying was also funny. Besides his face, I enjoyed the actual words coming out of his mouth, the thoughts that required it. Okay. So anyway, I didn't know what I was saying there, and I lost my. What happened was my tongue got in the way of my eye tooth, and I couldn't see what I was saying. So sitting in with us here during this special, and of course, Joey, your channel is open anytime you want to join in.
Loudly,
yeah. Joining us here for this segment here is.
Thank you, Matt.
Oh my God, that was so well timed.
You're welcome, Joey. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So a lot of you have been asking me, they've been saying, hey, Matt, how's Cindy's daughter, Paige? And I say, how long have you got? And then they say, oh, it can't be that bad. And I go, no, it's not bad at all. Paige is a wonderful, wonderful lady. And one of the other people that we all know and love in Paige's life is her boyfriend, Chase. Actually, we like Chase more than we like Paige, right?
Thank you.
So let's welcome Paige and Chase to the show. Paige, everybody wants to know, the last they heard you were at, was it before you went to school or were you back on break? No,
I was back on break.
You were back on break?
Yep.
What break was it?
West Virginia.
Get a little closer to that microphone, please.
It was.
Pull it to you. Pull it to you. There you go.
Well, it was either.
It was October, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
So fall break. It was fall break.
Fall break. All right, and then and you came in here and you really just wowed the audience. They're like, "Wow, this girl actually can put a sentence together." Unlike most people her age, they didn't understand what you were saying, but they recognized that a sentence was put together. So you go back to school down at West Virginia, party school, big party school.
Yeah.
Okay, burning couches everywhere.
Oh yes.
What is the significance of the burning couch? Is it because West Virginians keep them on their front lawns?
No, I think they just do it for fun.
For fun.
I mean, they do keep them on their front lawns, but
Yes.
it's just kind of you see a couch, and
You burn it.
A boy's gonna go, let's light it on fire.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Bonfire.
They do love their fires down there in West Virginia, I've heard. So, okay, you go back to the school. You don't really enjoy it, though. You're not much of a party girl, right? I mean, you went to one...
Look at that facial expression.
So there's the reason why I knew I didn't like it, because I am a party girl. I like
You just didn't like the quality of their parties. Chase, go ahead.
I think she is very much a party girl.
No, wait. When you say party girl, when I say party girl, I think of like drink in hand, woohoo, taking selfies all the time, standing on the railing on a balcony.
You're talking about the same thing.
Railing of a balcony.
The railing of a balcony is that's after a few drinks in her hand, but you know, she likes to party, and I think I don't know.
Really?
I think
I do like to party.
Are they
but
going to be together at the end of this?
Is she going to be grounded at the end of this? Is what I want to know.
I think you need to calm down with the things you're saying.
When I went to West Virginia, I thought it was a lot of fun.
It was fun because I was there.
Right. So you went there. You had fun. You went to a party or two, probably.
Yeah, I went twice. We went to the.
He came once and he showed up. He showed up to Phi Psi, the frat house that we talked about the last time.
Yep.
And I was already there. He went with his friend.
Yeah, who was it with?
Parker.
Yeah.
Because his friend Parker goes to West Virginia.
Okay.
So he drove down, got there late. I had already gone out with my roommate at the time.
Yeah. Okay. And so you and your roommate were at this party, and then he shows up.
Yeah.
And then a fight breaks out. Oh.
I knew he was coming.
Oh, okay. And so, so you just like, in other words, you met her there. You're like, okay, this is where
and
she's
you
gonna
let a mattress on fire, a sofa on fire.
Yeah, you let the couch on fire.
This has never happened involving me.
So you were never at a couch fire.
Bonfire.
No. Okay.
I've just seen them everywhere.
But you've witnessed a couch fire.
No, everywhere like online.
All right, and then so Chase, how about you? Where'd you go to school? Oh, anyway, but the finish story with you is you're no longer going to West Virginia.
No.
Not because it wasn't a good party school, because you realized what? What did you realize?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like school in general.
No, I hate school.
You want to get going with your life, right? You want to get on with it.
Yeah.
And you realize that college is mostly BS. And
I was
most
taking a music class.
Oh, God forbid you're well-rounded.
I was taking
Wow.
what other classes was I taking?
They weren't
I
memorable.
didn't go to them a lot towards the end, so I kind of forget. Geology, I think. Was it?
Yeah,
No,
what was your
that's
major?
rocks. Well, I was undecided at this point
Okay,
because I didn't.
You were doing your gen eds.
I didn't have a high enough GPA from high school to get into marketing.
Oh, so you had to do your gen eds first? Or
I
you
just
couldn't
needed
do
to
it
be
at all?
undecided if I wanted to get accepted into the school.
Okay.
Because otherwise I wouldn't.
And
So-
then you could change later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're taking these classes, you don't want to take them and everything, but you kind of know what you want to do, and you don't necessarily need school for that. You need courses for a license, but you don't need school for it. So you're like, why am I going to get a mountain of debt thrown on my back the minute I actually enter the real world?
Yeah, because I'm already from one semester. It's 22,000.
Exactly. Can you imagine 16 semesters? How many semesters are there at school? 8 semesters. Can you imagine that?
I was going to say, how long did you
Well, it took
go?
me a while. No, but really,
Wait, it was $2,200 a semester?
22,000.
Or that's what I meant. A semester?
Yep. At West Virginia.
Well, so anyway, so now you got 22,000 that you're gonna have to pay off, but all the boneheads that went to school, went off to college from your class, when they get out of school, they're gonna have hundreds of thousands, millions perhaps, that they're gonna have to pay. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay down, and they'll be my age still paying them down because they're not gonna be able to find a job that's gonna pay them enough where they're gonna be able to afford them. You, on the other hand, 20 grand, you'll have it paid off by 30 because you're gonna move on to a career in what you want to do, real estate, right?
Yeah.
And so you'll do well with that. I think you'll do well with that. What do you think, Chase? Now, you went to what school?
Coastal
Carolina.
Yep.
And you also came back after one semester.
Yep.
Didn't like it.
It was fun, and we were just there this past weekend, and
Right.
I saw everybody, all my friends, and I missed it a little bit. It was fun, but it was very far from home. It's like
You're more of a homebody.
yeah, it was like what
You missed your mommy.
10 It was like a 10-hour drive, and
no.
Huh?
It was like
9 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 10 hours. It's like 9 hours and 57 minutes.
But so it was far, and you know, I didn't go out a whole lot. And there wasn't a party scene. It was mostly like a bar scene. There were like 2 bars across the street that everybody go to, and you know, I didn't go out a whole bunch. So it was like I'm paying all this money to be in a place where I'm either at class or in my dorm this whole time.
Right.
And I was like, it could be going to like community college where it's a heck of a lot cheaper, and I'd still be getting my education. And I can transfer out into like a in-state school or something like that.
Isn't it free?
No, nothing's free. All right, so now Chase here is an interesting character because he actually listens to records, like on vinyl.
He was so excited about that.
Yes.
He was telling me about that.
Well, and so for Christmas, Cindy got me a record player, and Chase gave me several records from his own collection, correct? So parted with some, right, it was a Frank Sinatra record and a Dean Martin record, and that was it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Cindy got me some other records as well. And so that's pretty cool. I was quite impressed that he has a record collection, you know, but apparently this is a thing with their age.
now.
Like they're recognizing the wonder of vinyl, and I think it's fantastic that they're recognizing that the world, A, existed before they were born, and B, probably has some better things to offer.
You can get more on vinyl now than you can get on CD.
Well, do people still use CDs? I just
a lot
noticed,
of cars don't have them anymore.
Well, you know what's funny? My lease is about up, and I just noticed the other day, like a week ago, that my car actually did come with a CD player. But I never noticed it because it's like, who's looking for a CD player in 2022? That's 2021 when I got it. You know, it's weird. So, you know, I was talking to someone who does music and stuff, and we were talking about, you know, letting me use the music on the show. And they're like, yeah, I could send you a CD. And I go, and then what? What am I going to do? Play Frisbee? I have no way to pull it. I mean, I can get a CD player, but they're cheap now.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, everything is digital.
Yeah.
Like, that's digital, but, you know, everything is downloadable nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a difference between vinyl and CDs and MP3s and everything. You could definitely tell. Yeah.
100%.
And he also likes history. I took them to the Dobbin House for dinner, and what'd you think of the Dobbin House?
Loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Paige fell asleep at the table.
That's not true.
Well, dozed off.
Did you get one of the tables with the secret compartments?
No, we had no, but we were downstairs.
Yeah.
We didn't get one with the secret compartment. Actually, I don't know if it was. It wasn't the ones that I know that had the secret compartments. Over by the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those.
Okay.
We were in the middle.
Okay.
But he thought it was pretty cool. You like the town, though. You went driving around the town on your own the other
day. What are the secret compartments?
Oh, some of the tables have drawers, and if you open them, there's pieces of paper in there, and people have written messages and stuff.
This is just an educated guess.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
You are welcome. All right, and so you really enjoy it. So we're one day, probably when it gets a little warmer, we'll actually go around, the battlefield. I'll do that, and then Paige can go to the outlets or whatever, right?
The candy shop.
The candy shop. She loves the candy shop on the corner of what is that? Middle and Baltimore Street.
Mm-hmm.
The candy shop.
Sweet.
So, all right, so you guys stick around here. Try to calm down. Stick around. We're going to talk about some news that's going on in town and with the show and all that other stuff. And just feel free to jump in and comment on anything, okay? Don't be shy at all. Just like Joey, don't be shy. A couple of things here I want to get to as far as the show goes. Don't forget, ladies, where's the camera there? Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, March 16th is a show at the Adams County Historical Society. Just signed the papers yesterday. And the tickets for that are available on addressinggettysburg.com under the events tab. Also, in July, Billy Webster coming down with his band from New Jersey to do a concert of all of these songs on the Marching Through Georgia album. And here's something I thought of today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks, but I've decided on it today.
Okay.
Here's my decision. This year is the last year for the foreseeable future when I'm going to do these in-person shows and events and things like we're doing at ACHS or Billy, the concert and everything like that.
The live
last year, we're not going to do them anymore for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why? Aggressive.
Jeez. All right, a couple of reasons. One, how many times can the audience get tickets and come and see essentially the same show over and over again? Now,
once,
exactly. maybe twice, right? But like, and that's the thing is like, they're not the same show. There's different guests, whatever, but the format's the same. And, I get bored with myself. You've got to be getting bored with me. You especially.
Well, apparently not if they're listening to us right now.
Well, there's always a core group of people, I guess, or anything.
Gotcha.
But so I'm getting sick of myself. So this is it. So if you did enjoy them and you want to catch one before we're never doing them again until we do them again, so here's another reason. By the time showtime comes, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is because I'm my own roadie, I'm my own tech guy, I'm my own director, I'm my own producer, and then I have to be the host, and then I go and I tear it all down, and I go and I edit,
and just being on for that time.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
is
tiring
the time it takes to do all that setting up should be me kind of getting in the headspace and then talking with the guests and getting a thing going with them.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it's like chaos, and then then it's right up to the moment when the show's supposed to start, and then at that point, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And every time we've done it, I felt that I was subpar. I feel subpar in the comfort of this studio where I don't have to do much. Because if I'm tired, like mentally drained, I'm off. Like today when we started. I mean, thank God, we got a good thing going eventually with Jake there.
Yeah.
But so it's just it's a lot. It's exhausting. So until I can find skilled people who can help on the production side of things, like Dustin, he's been saying since last January that he was, they were going to move here last March.
Yeah.
But the housing market's tough, and they supposedly finally found a place.
Oh,
They're
wow.
getting close.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing is set in stone yet, but they're closer than they've ever been. So we hope that works out. Then he's going to come here. He does have experience with that. So that would be at least one helping hand on that front that I don't need to hold the hand of.
Mm-hmm.
They can do it
He
without.
knows
He knows what he's doing. So until we get to that point, I can't do them anymore. Like I just can't. So this is going to be the last year of them. So we're going to do March 16th, July 27th. I was thinking of doing one in the fall, but now I'm thinking I'm probably not because I can't think of where to do it and I can't think of who to do it with. Now I would, I'm not going to turn down offers like we're doing the trivia night thing. That's not an Addressing Gettysburg thing. I'm just going to do it because it's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It'll help out the seminary. It'll help us out as well. And it'll help Jake there over at the Ragged Edge. So that's the thing there. So if you did like doing these things, then your last chance is this year. So either March 16th or July 27th, I believe it is. That is the ticket there. Anything else I need to tell you about the show? Well, don't forget, Monday on the free feed, Ask a Gettysburg Guide, number 82, I believe it is, but it's not titled that, but it is number 82. Probably not. Never mind. That doesn't make any sense. Map Borders, History of the Army of the Potomac, 1864-1865, the final installment of this riveting 4-part series. With Map Borders, Historian Extraordinaire. That will be out on Monday on the free feed. And on Patreon, we have Changes in Tactics with Greg Elder. So Changes in Tactics during the Civil War. as the war progressed. That's over on Patreon. Also. So there you go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, the moment we all love and can't get enough of, watching Bethany screw up the intro to the news.
And now, all the news that's fit to print and a good deal that's not. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Bethany Yingling, with current events and sidewalk conditions.
Ladies and gentlemen, lock your doors. Car thefts are on the increase in downtown Gettysburg. Civil War guns are turning up in Walmart trash cans? ? Gettysburg's son, Thaddeus Stevens, first gets a statue, then a museum. Dinosaurs invade the Majestic Theater this weekend. All this and more in today's news.
All right. Wow. This sounds like some interesting headlines, and well done, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, really, you finally nailed it.
I finally nailed it. Now I'm never going to be able to do that again.
All right. Go ahead. What do you got?
So just as a shout out to all my Western PA peeps, tomorrow is Groundhog Day. Everybody bow down to the altar that is Punxsutawney Phil. And all my peeps from Punxsutawney and Jefferson County, Pennsylvania. It is also, today is National Abolition of Slavery Day, Spunky Old Broads Day, and Dark Chocolate Day.
Spunky Old Broads Day.
Uh-huh.
What is that?
I don't know.
We pay tribute to Spunky Old Broads.
Spunky Old Broads.
Wow.
It is also the start of African American Heritage Month, Liberty Lovers Month, or Library Lovers Month, or Liberty Lovers Month. And National Avocado and Banana Month.
Okay.
You're wondering.
You know, I don't like bananas. Do you like? I
love bananas.
The
I don't like
flavor.
banana trees. They creep me out.
I've never seen one. I don't like I like the flavor of bananas. I don't like the consistency. Chase, what do you say about that?
I like bananas.
I don't like bananas.
You don't like the consistency or the flavor or either?
I just don't like bananas.
She's
period. Don't like bananas.
I'm not picky.
Well.
Oh my gosh,
but you do like bananas. You don't care about consistency or anything like that. How about in the back room there, Joey? What do you say?
I like spunky old broads.
How about you, Debbie?
I like bananas.
How about Cindy?
I like bananas.
All right. So I'm the only one that doesn't like bananas. Me and well, I half like them.
I used to like them.
What don't you like now? Would you drink like orange, banana, strawberry juice?
I'd drink it without the banana.
So you don't like the flavor of banana?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Continue.
Okay. So, in this week's news, so I don't know if you know this, Chase, but February 12th is President Lincoln's birthday. Are you aware of this? It's Monday. Okay. Preschoolers from Gettysburg's Growing Places, which is the St. James Early Learners Center, their preschool at St. James, they're going to be gathering next to the David Wills House at the square to serenade the statue, the return visit statue of Lincoln pointing up to the window. They're going to sing happy birthday to the statue.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's all those little kids. And if you are a townie and you see them walk around town, they walk around with all the kids on the rope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. They're so stinking cute. I can hardly handle it. But if you're out and about at 10 o'clock on Monday, February 12th, in front of the Lincoln Square, the little kids are going to sing happy birthday to the statue.
How old did you say the statue was?
I don't know. I don't know how old the statue is.
Oh, but it's its birthday.
No, it's Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
It's Abraham Lincoln's birthday. I'm sorry. I was answering Marie in the comment section. The news will work best if you just don't expect me to listen.
Okay, cool. Also in the news, and this has been getting a lot of traction. Now, I sent you a picture. Did you see that in your email?
Oh, when did you send it?
Today.
Let's see.
But the Gettysburg police is looking for a person regarding theft from vehicles. Apparently, there's somebody going around in parking lots specifically looking for unlocked cars at this point and stealing stuff out of them. They have
Great picture.
Did it show up? Yeah, that's the best that they can give us.
That's the best they could give us?
Yeah. I know. I was like, are you kidding? And they're like, there are 3 pictures.
That's me.
No, it is not.
Oh.
There are 3 pictures, and the other two of them in the car. You can't see a thing.
And
This
you can't
is
see
the
a
most
thing.
you can see.
Huh.
And you're never going to see it because he isn't showing it.
Now, what
That's okay.
parking lot is this in?
I don't know.
We
They
don't
won't.
know.
They won't identify it.
Okay.
What button am I supposed to press?
For what?
The picture.
Picture.
Well, can you get here? You know what? Keep going, Beth.
Yeah.
I'll come back and do it. It'll be quicker.
Okay.
Okay, go.
So they have a surveillance footage. They broke into a car on Sunday night at 2:45, but the police are saying that this is kind of starting a rash of car thefts in the local area. So just be aware. Lock your car doors. Right now, it just seems to be cars that are unlocked.
No, ever.
I am moving on to the next thing.
Keep going.
Okay. So the next thing being, and this made news, but not in the Gettysburg Times, and I thought that was weird. There was a Civil War era pistol, revolver, found in the trash can at the Gettysburg Walmart. They were changing out the trash bags and noticed that there was a gun in there. But
Now,
it was a
hold on,
replica.
though.
It was a replica.
My question though is, was it actually a Civil War? Oh, okay. You just said it was a replica.
Yeah, it discovered a, I don't know how you say this, Pietta. Pietta. 1851 Confederate Navy revolver at the Walmart on York Road at 5:14 p.m. on Tuesday. They have no idea where it came from.
So, I mean, but why would you just leave? Was it loaded?
They do not say that either.
So, what's the big deal?
Holy bejesus! Oh my God! All of a sudden, I felt your breath on my arm. Okay.
All right,
Anyway,
keep going.
so they found this gun. The workers called the police right away. While they were changing the trash cans, it was just laying there on top. But I thought it was interesting that the very last sentence of the article makes a point of saying the Gettysburg National Military Park Museum is located less than 4 miles away. What do they think? It came from the museum?
Right, like somebody stole it from the museum.
And they're just dumping it off. I stole this. I went through all that effort of stealing it from the Civil War Museum, and now I'm going to put it in this trash can.
Right.
Are you kidding me? There's no way it came from. Oh, there's the picture. If everybody can look.
Okay. How do I get back to
So that's the best picture they have of the person who is breaking into vehicles. Now, the one thing that they did say about this, I'm going to go back to that article. It says police said the individual was wearing distinct clothing, and they are asking anyone to submit a tip by calling the Gettysburg Police Department or the Adams County Control. Tips can also be left online at Crime Watch. That was unnecessary, Matthew. Sorry. So, but apparently that was distinct clothing.
It looks like Chase, to be honest with you.
I was just going to say the same thing about you.
It looks like ripped jeans
Go back to it, Joey.
and a sweatshirt.
For fuck's sake.
Oh!
Whoa! Whoa! My earballs.
It's under picture. Go to the
Hot mic.
Go to just go to picture. The one that says picture, Joey. There you go. All right, now. That looks more like me than you, Chase.
Yeah, I would say so. I think I've seen you dressed like that.
It's just somebody in ripped jeans
I wish
and
I was
a
that
sweatshirt.
thin. Yeah,
It
I
looks
don't.
like a woman, actually.
I don't wear hoodies. No, I see a guy there. No, yeah, I see a beard too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't see
And he's
that.
got it looks like a pretty prominent nose too, kind of like a pointy
Because
nose.
women don't have prominent noses?
No, but with a beard, you know.
Women don't have beards?
Well. It is feisty broad day, isn't it?
It
or
is
whatever?
feisty broad day. Okay. Continuing on the news, that's the worst picture ever, and unfortunately, that's the best one they have.
Yeah.
I put this in the news specifically for you, Matthew.
Oh, great.
Because you've been complaining for several weeks now about
Years.
people moving to Gettysburg, and they shouldn't be, and the solar panels.
Once I'm
and yada,
in,
yada, yada.
you get out or don't come.
So
at all.
Strabane Township.
Strabane.
whatever township received. They're going to distribute funds to properties through the Land Conservancy. So they have money that they can distribute so that non-agricultural items do not take over these farms.
Oh, good.
So
good, Straban. Thank you.
It says the organization,
Now I'll
aka
have to buy property in
the
another
Land
township and sell it to. What? Go ahead.
has preserved over 13,000 acres in Adams County, but less than 200 of those are in Straban Township.
Straban.
So that's all that's in that township that I can't name.
It's 200 acres of
200 acres of preserved farmland. That's it.
And the rest of it is
open to commercial
whatever
development.
So what did they just do?
They gave money.
Yes.
These easements permanently limit non-agricultural uses on the land on working farms and ranches.
So that means
They're
that we're
giving
not going to
people
get
money.
more.
Correct.
Right. So
They're
in other
giving
words,
people money. They're looking for people to apply for these grants.
Oh, yeah.
So that you don't have to sell your farm.
right. How long do you think that'll last for, though? I mean, do you think
It's a temporary measure
Yeah.
because it's
but
a
it'll
grant.
so it'll buy us a couple more years.
It'll maybe buy us maybe a month or two.
How much do Paige and Chase? You guys would know the answers to this. How much an acre can you get for from the electric companies for those solar panels?
Well, I am not sure why you think I would know the answer to that.
Well, you want to get into real estate.
That's solar panels and houses.
Right.
I mean, I get solar panels go on houses, but I'm not selling a solar panel.
Well, sweetheart, if you have land and you want to put solar panels
I can
on the
say,
land,
oh, this house would be great if you got some solar panels. That's all I would say.
no, you think it's too small. I want to see you selling hundreds of acres to people.
But it's not land. I'm not selling land. I'm
Land
selling
is real estate,
a
sweetness.
house. I'm selling a house or I'm selling buildings. Either houses or buildings.
What about land?
Houses or buildings.
So if somebody came along and said, I have 800 acres and I want to sell it. And you would say, no, I'm sorry. I just do houses and buildings.
Well, I am just not sure.
I would say
who
take
would
the
own 800 anchors.
Well, it's not anchors. That would be very heavy.
So my friend Sarah
Reef.
has a.
Wait, can I tell you a story? Reef. So they're over around Christmas time, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're sitting in the living room, and he's sitting on a chair. She's leaning on his knees, sitting on the floor, kind of like resting on his knees like that and everything.
Whole setup.
Who's adjusting? Stop adjusting the microphone. We can pick you up. God, all he hears. Okay, so he's on the chair. She's sitting there all adoringly, hanging, resting her elbow on his knee and everything. And he says something about it. What'd you say? Do you remember what you said?
No.
I asked
Mom,
if I have a Christmas wreath on my car.
Mom said,
Oh, yes.
Oh, you have a wreath on your car.
Well, she didn't say that.
She didn't say wreath. She said wreath.
So, okay, Cindy points out that he had a Christmas wreath on the grill of his car, right? That lit up and everything. And so then you said something, and you said the word wreath.
Mm-hmm.
TH.
How it's spelled.
And Miss Smarty Pants over here turns around and hits him, and she's like,
Vicious.
"Idiot! It's reef." And then he's like, "What?" And she's like, "What are you saying? It's reef." And he's like, and then I caught that.
And then Matt was like, "What is she doing?" Right? Like,
Hey, is she messing with us?
Yeah.
She can't be that dumb. But she was.
Yeah. She ended up being that dumb.
We're like, I think I said spell that. And she said R-E-F-F or R-E-E-F or R-E-E-F.
Like the coral reef.
Yeah. And then, that's right, because your grandpa was there too. And he was just, so the look of disappointment in his eyes was just so palpable. Oh, it was so sad, yeah. But now you know that that's not how it's spelled or pronounced, right?
But I wasn't the only one.
Well.
One of my friends, Richard, he spelled it like reef too.
Yeah, well.
And then his girlfriend called him out on it because he said, "Oh, look at all the reefs." And she said, "What did you just say?"
What did you just say, moron?
And so
Reefs.
he looked it up because he thought she was wrong.
Yeah. I don't know how you get past 8 years old, let alone 18, thinking that it's reef.
Yeah.
You've never seen it spelled?
I don't think I've ever cared to look at it.
We said
it's reef. I've always thought it's reef.
We said in like a Christmas crossword, how would you?
Right.
That's what you said.
Yeah, she was just like, there's this one word I just can't get. It begins with a W. I have no idea what. I have no idea what it is. I got all the other words. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. It was cute, and now you know the difference, and now you are smarter. Okay. That's the whole point of life. We learn. We make mistakes. We learn after being ridiculed for hours, which is what we did, and now you know. Right. And knowing is half the battle. So there you go.
So, Thaddeus Stevens.
Yes.
Thaddeus Stevens, a son of Gettysburg. Did you know that?
They had no idea.
Okay. So Thaddeus Stevens, Thaddeus Stevens Society announced Monday it has leased a storefront at 46 Chambersburg Street. Chambers Street.
Yep.
Chambers Street. And they are going to open a Thaddeus Stevens Museum.
Good. I remember Ross talking about this a while ago.
Mm-hmm. It is a 815 square foot space to display the Society's collection of Stevens artifacts, including letters, period newspapers, and stoves made at Irons Mill. Iron Mills he owned.
Sure, because he had the ironworks up yonder ways on the mountain.
The grand opening is planned for April 4th, which would be the 232nd birthday of Stevens and the 25th anniversary of the founding of the Stevens Society.
There you go. There you go. Did you know that, Chase?
I didn't know that.
No.
Yep.
Now you know.
That's for all of
it's
our
another
Civil
place
Wars
to go
out there.
when you come down.
Civil War nerds.
All right, what else?
Okay, Gettysburg. Loves love. I love this. They are going to do a wedding vow renewal ceremony.
That's right.
At the square.
On
Valentine's Day.
Nope,
the 17th.
That's right.
God, would you stop? From 2 to 4 p.m. The wedding vow ceremony is at 3. It is open to whoever wants to come and get their vows renewed by the mayor, Rita Freeling.
But you have to be married already.
Yeah, you have to be married already.
It's a renewal.
It's a renewal. You are not legally married if you come here and have not already been married.
The show was I guess that would be the 15th. The mayor will be on. She'll be on the show to talk about that a little bit more.
The whole thing is called Love is in the Square.
Love is in the square. And everywhere. The square of the town. That's where the love is found. You'll never find love in the square like mine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so also this weekend at the Majestic, on
someone who loves you
the 3rd at 3 p.m. You do have to buy a ticket for this. They have Earth's Dinosaur Zoo live.
Maybe he'll do his Australian accent again.
I can't.
Who?
You.
Did I do one? I don't have an Australian accent.
No, you did a British, and you were saying it was Australian.
Well, this is an Australia thing. So it says the Dinosaur Zoo Live guides your family on a breathtaking tour that begins in prehistoric Australia. You'll meet, observe, and interact with eye-popping collection of amazingly lifelike dinosaurs and other creatures presented in a theatrical performance.
Theatrical?
Yes, that will thrill and entertain kids.
It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, mate.
If you have children who like dinosaurs, this is on February 3rd at 3 p.m. at the Majestic. You can get tickets online at their website. It looks like they run between $30 to $20 unless you want the VIP, which is $55.
There you go. So you're going to do that, guys? Dinosaur play? All right. There you go. That's
Did you know that your profile looks like a young George Clooney?
You know what? That's funny. I've been like, this kid reminds me of somebody,
It's a young
and now
George
I know.
Clooney.
Young George Clooney.
Sideways on the
You don't know who George Clooney is?
a young.
She doesn't watch movies. We've talked about this.
George
I
Clooney?
watch movies. That's a bit over exaggerated.
What
I
is
watch movies. I just watch. Oh my God, we were talking about this
What was the movie we were talking about?
It was like this documentary interviews.
No. Oh, I thought you meant the other night. I was asking you what movie you watched.
No,
you guys watched some movie the other day. She came home and she's like, "What'd you do?"
Saltburn.
Saltburn. Was that any good?
Oh.
No,
I thought you were talking about
it wasn't that.
The shockingly evil, the Ted Bundy.
Oh, the Ted Bundy one. That's with Zac Efron.
Yeah, that was
she
good.
didn't tell me about that one, but that's a good one.
Wasn't I just saying how Chase put on?
You were saying Chase reminded you of Ted Bundy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
And now you're starting to have second thoughts.
George Clooney. I think
George
you might say
Clooney, yeah.
Clooney. Okay, Frederick Douglass returns to Gettysburg. That's the program this weekend at the Historical Society at 7 p.m. It is free for members, $10 for non-members. Interpreted by Nathan P. Richardson, an hour-long conversation with Frederick Douglass.
Nice.
If you would like to go see that. And then we get into our friends over at the Park Service and their slate of things going on this weekend. So we'll go in chronological order, starting off in the morning.
Yes, it's going to be a big day.
It is going to be a big day. So the Gettysburg Museum of the American Civil War, a.k.a. the museum at the Visitor Center, is doing a special event for English language learners. That's from 9 to 11. So if you have somebody or you yourself your first language is Spanish, then you can come to this event starting at 9. They have a whole bunch of different programs going on. They have over 30 families registered, so it's going to be over 100 people. It's going to be really cool. They have hands-on history carts. The museum will be open with bilingual interpreters and plenty of visual support.
I hear Cam is going to be one of the interpreters.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You heard that too.
Through the grapevine.
No. Okay. No. So also then starting at 11, the History Kids Reading Adventures Club starts at 11 o'clock. This week's book is Sonia Sotomayor. I can never say her name correctly. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering it. A Judge Grows in Bronx by Jonah Winter. Of course, talking about her because it is the ESL.
Because she grew in the Bronx.
And she's her primary language is Spanish.
All right.
And then on February the 3rd at 1:30, we have the History Winter Lecture Series.
Yes, it's very exciting. Chase, you should come to him if you were allowed. Yeah, I know. You're not.
Okay. This on Saturday.
He tells me that you don't let him do things that he wants to do.
Locked down like Guantanamo Bay.
You lie to everybody.
I'm kidding.
No, we're all kidding.
Did he just say Guantanamo?
I think he said Guantanamo.
Did you say Guantanamo?
It sounded like you said Guantanamo.
Oh, quick, Guantanamo. Okay. I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so this week,
because then you got no room to talk about reef.
Yeah, right. This weekend's programs are going to be on the 3rd, which is Saturday. A Brilliant Victory: The Fight to Preserve the First Significant U.S. Victory of the Civil War with Ranger Andrew Miller. He's from the Mill Springs Battlefield National Monument.
Yes, this should be interesting.
Yes. I don't know him. But
I don't
think
either. I've never heard of Mill Springs Battlefield National Monument. So
also, then they added a special program on Saturday. So, I mean, you could make a whole day of it.
You really
And
could.
this starts at 3:30 p.m. on the Tawnytown Road entrance of the Gettysburg National Cemetery. Of course, you're going to be outside. Please make sure you wear weather-appropriate clothing, as well as I would wear like boots. It's pretty mucky out there.
Yeah.
But it is a special walking tour. African-American service members buried in the Gettysburg National Cemetery.
So I'm not doing video of that because there's all these special rules for the cemetery. Yeah. So we're not going to do that. However, we are going to do the regular old lecture. If you do come to the lecture, folks, unless you physically can't do it, may I ask that you all move down to the front row and start filling it back, because when we get up top with the camera and we shoot down and there's gaping holes in those front rows, it kind of looks pathetic. But Pete had a good turnout. The problem was everybody was spread out and a big chunk of the seats are not lit. And so he even acknowledges that in the beginning. He's like, "This is freaking me out, man. I can't do this. You guys are in a black hole. I can't see anybody." So, everybody, of course, they all go there. They don't want to go down front, just like in school. Remember when you were in school?
Definitely.
Nobody sat up front. You had to be told to move up front. So same thing here. Please, I'm not telling you. I'm asking you, please, when you come, keep in mind that we're trying to make this look good for the park and for YouTube viewing, and we want to see people all together and not big gaping holes in the seating there. So please move down to the front, especially if it's a a small turnout. You want everybody down in the front. But that's just a little request from me. The park doesn't ask that. That's just me.
Okay.
I want to make it look good.
And now Sunday for the winter lecture series, again starting at 1:30, is Presidents in Gettysburg with Rich Goodcoop, who is a historian and a licensed battlefield guide for the National Military Park, and one of my favorite humans.
I've never met him.
He's so cute.
Really great.
I just love him. And everybody always thinks that he's grumpy, but I think what it is he's not a big smiley guy.
Okay. This is like Paige. Yeah,
she smiles. But I've watched him out on the battlefield with kids, and they just eat out of the palm of his hand.
Really?
Yeah. Like, because they know that he's not.
Isn't that funny? Remember, Eric, the producer, right? Everybody thinks he'll bite your heads off, but when the kids come around, they love him.
Wonderful,
and he loves
kids.
them. He's great with kids. So yeah, it's just amazing how some people are like that. Is that all for the news?
That's it.
Joe, how are you back there? Thank you very much for your due diligence this evening.
You're very welcome.
What? Come again?
You're welcome. I can't even do this. You're welcome.
Thank you. Where are we going to dinner?
Not Montezuma's.
Not Montezuma's.
We've done that too many times in a row. I don't think it's open.
What time did they close? Okay, we'll find out. So Lincoln Social, maybe. We haven't been there in a while, but they might be closing at 8 o'clock, which is 15 minutes from now. The thing is, at this time, what?
8 o'clock. They close at 8.
Okay, so that's not going to happen. The problem is, that's the thing, is everybody closes at 8 o'clock. Pay attention.
There's a lot that close at 9.
But that's the other thing. So the place, there's a few that close at 10. What is that? Montezuma's and La Bella. We can go to La Bella.
O'Rourke's.
We can go to La Bella.
That's fine.
O'Rourke's has O'Rourke's. Where's steak?
Gary Owen is 12 a.m.
And it's
Upper Crust is 12 a.m.
Steak night.
I've never been to Upper
Tommy's
$12.
Pizza is 10 o'clock.
Who is at 10 o'clock?
Tommy's.
Yeah.
Love Tommy's.
We can go there. We can go La Bella.
The problem is I went to Montezuma's twice on the same day.
Sounds like you want to go to La Bella.
Well, it's not that I want to. It's not that I want to, but I'm just saying.
Burger is 12 a.m.
What time does the kitchen close though? Because sometimes
probably 11:45.
No, you're thinking that this is a populated area. What?
Patience grasshopper, I'm finding out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we got
I'm
some
looking
choices.
up George Clooney young.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
we're all over the place. We've got some choices here, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we're going to do. We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter because nobody's in town anyway tonight. Anyway, you guys, thank you very much. Chase, it was great to have you on. I was going to call you Bethany, but your name isn't Bethany. It's Paige, ladies and gentlemen. Paige for her second time on the show. Welcome back, and thank you for everything. And Joey, thank you for your assistance tonight. Debbie, thank you for yours. And Cindy, thank you for yours.
That's pretty spot
Cindy,
on.
great job with tonight's guest. I mean, wow, that is a good choice of guests. Cindy, thank you so much. Cindy gets credit on the winter lectures as the production assistant and oftentimes slide puller, as does Eric Houston. But Eric, on this last one, he got the new credit of slide converter.
Whoa.
Because Pete's slides were so horrendous that he went in and redid them. So thank you for that, Eric. Good job with that. Thank you, Cindy, getting Jake on the show. Thank you, Jake, for coming on. And thank you all for selling out the wonderful trivia night on the 17th. We're going to have fun there. We'll see you then. And thanks for listening tonight. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye now.
AG Today's opening theme is written and performed by Colin Southfield and the Mushroom Country Band. Bumper music is arranged and performed by Billy Webster and sometimes Kevin MacLeod. AG Today is produced by Matt Cowlery, Bethany Yingling, Debbie Jones, and Sydney Compton. Engineered by Colby Sumner and maybe sometimes someone else. Guest accommodations are provided by the guests themselves. We'll need a couple thousand patrons to be able to put people up in hotels. Speaking of patrons, maybe you'd like to become one. You'll find plenty of perks over there, not to mention hundreds of episodes that will help you further your Gettysburg and Civil War education. So go to patreon.com/addressinggettysburg. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg. Thanks for listening.
Goddamn right.
Thank you. There is no time. I have told you there is no time for that. There is no time. Yes, sir. Oh, my.
Bitch. You goddamn son of a bitch.
This concludes our broadcast.
Dirty son of a bitch.
So unnatural, and this is going to look horrible, and this is bad, and how can